What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the dojo. Today I'd like to talk about season 6 of My Hero Academia and how it's altered my perspective on the series. Light spoilers only. If you've been following MHA for any length of time prior to season 6 airing, then you've probably experienced this feeling to some degree. A distant feeling of being made to wait an obscene amount of time between major events that would actually impact the story MHA is telling and the world that it has built up. It just seemed like regardless of what should be status quo shifting developments like All Might finishing his run, Deku defeating Overhaul, or Endeavor making his start, there was no tangible change for the students of Class 1A. I could look past such shortcomings for the first 2 seasons of the show, as clearly they were establishing the world and defining the characters, but as time went on and the cast continued to expand, it felt as though the pace of the series was slowly grinding to a halt. In actuality, I think it's just that the school festival / gentle criminal arcs overstayed their welcome, and coupled with the tournament arc format of the first half of season 5, left us fans feeling as though the series was caught in an endless loop. The latter half of season 5 picked things up with the My Villain Academia arc, bringing back familiar factions such as the League of Villains, as well as introducing the Meta Liberation Army and detailing the origins of the antagonistic force of season 6, the Paranormal Liberation Front. I think season 5 would have been better if it had fully committed to being the season of villains and dropped the tournament arc altogether, with perhaps a few more episodes for the villains but a shorter episode count overall. Regardless, season 5 was an improvement over seasons 3 and 4 as it established the personal and political motivations for the villains whilst organising them into an unstoppable force the heroes would have to reckon with. What is refreshing about season 6 is that it finally capitalises on the collective momentum amassed by prior seasons. It begins with the heroes being proactive for once, going on the offensive and taking matters into their own hands in order to shut down the villains once and for all. Whilst things are initially looking good for the heroes, the state of the conflict quickly escalates beyond what they can control, and this leads to catastrophic consequences that serve the narrative going forward. There are deaths on both sides of the conflict. The complexity and humanity of both heroes and villains is revealed for all to see, all of which gives credence to this being a lived-in world made up of individuals that are where they are based on the decisions they've made and the ideals they choose to believe in. Deku, Bakugo and the rest of 1A portray a maturity and dedication to their roles as heroes that evidence their growth throughout the series, and their ability to support the experienced heroes with competence was very nice to see. Deku in particular undergoes significant character development in relation to how he sees his position as a member of Class 1A, a hero and the successor to One for All that I had hoped we would get to see on screen. We see a version of Deku that feels as though he is able to step out from the shadow of All Might for the first time, though the story makes it clear that there are still a few pieces of the puzzle Deku needs to put together before this can happen. I've seen criticisms that it's strange that Deku is only going through such a change so late in the story, but the way I see it, in context of the central conflict of the season and the wider story, it makes perfect sense. Deku's unique position as the latest wielder of One for All, combined with the paradigm shift following the clash between heroes and villains, provides the foundation for his journey in the back half of the season. Overall, the primary strength of this narrative is that we get cause and effect in the same season. I feel the aftermath of the central conflict is what all Hero Aka fans have been waiting for ever since the end of season 3. The world is so changed from what we've grown accustomed to thus far that at times you can scarcely believe you're watching the same show. This isn't because the writers are making choices that feel inconsistent with established lore or characters, but rather quite the opposite. The storytelling goes further and deeper than we have ever seen in a single season of My Hero. What's more is that there is minimal use of flashbacks or time skips. It's effectively a single plot thread that connects the entire season with a clarity and synchronicity reminiscent of the first season, despite having multiple moving pieces. For me, this narrative focus combined with the unprecedentedly high stakes crystallize to elevate the overall quality of MHA's story, and I hope that future seasons can at least maintain this high standard of storytelling achieved with season 6. I think I'll leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, leave a like, subscribe and let me know your thoughts on Hero Aka season 6 in the comments down below. I hope to catch you in the next video, but until then, take care.